You are listening to the Her Rabbit Hole podcast. My name is Danny Jessent.
And I'm Hathor Sekhmet and we have a special guest today in Her Rabbit Hole, and we're going to bring him down in the hole. That sounds kind of crazy, but he can introduce himself. I was on his podcast, and I had the pleasure. We had a good about an hour talk almost, so
definitely.
It will only be right to bring him on. So just introduce yourself, special guest.
Right. I'm Conscious Said of Conscious of Crazy podcast. Been doing it for like at least 4 years now. 5 probably. But yeah, man. Trying to talk about a little bit of everything, in a sense, knowing what's right, what's wrong, versus a mentally unsound mind. Am I conscious or crazy, Playing on words, Conscious Said, 21, IG, everything. And yeah, man. Definitely talk about a lot of stuff. Yeah.
Okay. So we have a baseline for today's episode, and it's I think I'm going to say her name all the way wrong, but I'm gonna try. Ayana
Van Zandt.
There we go. Thanks for coming through in the clutch. And she has a video. She has a video about Black women being out of control, but we also reference Kevin Samuels' video as he gave his spiel to what she added. So I'm gonna let you guys go ahead and start it off, the conversation. I'll add.
All right. Let y'all go first, of course.
He brought this to my attention, so I guess Mr. Said wanted to get pick our brains. And you know what? At first, I was so against it. I was mad because it was Mr. Samuels. I don't like him, but he has some points. I think it's just how he presents the information. But this is what happened to me that changed my mind. I was at Safeway, and there was this girl. And I had on my little jean jacket, my leather little jacket. She had on one too. She looked cute, but she didn't look like she worked there. And her coworker was like, "You got somebody trying to check out," and it was me. And I had all my little groceries and stuff. Put all my little groceries up there anyway. She acted like I wasn't there. She talked to the other person that whole entire time. Even when she handed my receipt, she handed it like this. Girl, blah, 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 blah. I'm like, oh my God. And you know what? That shit started ringing in my head, how we just, we're going to blame it on youth, but I've had women that were grown-ass women that had that same energy. And it was like, should I say something right now? And I was just like, I don't even want to waste my breath about it. But I kind of felt bad because I should have checked her about that behavior now, because it's just going to continue and it's going to get worse. So I will agree that in my aspect, from what I lived through my youth and up, I have not gotten a fair share of love. It's like it's a 50-50 type of thing, because I felt the most love around women. But that shit right there had me thinking, yeah, these little girls are going to be dangerous, and I'm going to end up having to slap one of them.
Trust me, I've been dating them. Yeah, it's great. It's funky going. There's a lot of funk going on out here.
This is a teenager, though. I'll give her that leeway.
Her too. It's like, yo, that generation 25, my range, yeah, it's rough out here.
Yeah, it's something with the teenagers, because it's so funny that you said that about her at the store today, because I had a similar encounter. It was 3 I guess they were between teenage 20 and they were at the counter of a food place I was going to. And like, it was like, the experience was just like they didn't care about the job at all. Like, if you're dealing with people who care about their job, it's like, hey ma'am, how are you? It was just like, they was nonchalant. Like I was at the cookout or something, and I was just at the table waiting.
Like you're the problem. Promotion. You're the problem. Why are you here?
Yeah, it was no promotion.
You're in there.
Like I was interrupting their conversation. Exactly. I was interrupting their conversation because I was coming to a place of establishment that serves food, and you guys work there. And they pretty much was just responding like, I just interrupted the spot, and like, okay, what is it that you need? They still talking to each other as if you're supposed to have a certain presence when you have the customer come in, because this is how your business is funded. You appreciate your customers. And so I don't know if they weren't given the cue, about how to have customer experience, but I literally just felt like, why was I here? But then I had a moment of grace, because if it was like a Chinese spot that I went to and they had an attitude, I'd be like, oh, why are they acting like that? Da, da, da. But I just was like, they're young Black women. I also didn't have any accountability to say like, why y'all acting like that? But you would have to tell me, like, how would you even approach the accountability? Like, that's one thing that Kevin Samuels promotes, is that
we're gonna talk about that.
Kevin Samuels promote that you're the problem if you're not going to say anything. But I'm sitting here like,
I did.
Am I their mother to do that? Am I supposed to be like, this is what you needed to be doing, this and that? Even if I feel like I have my own flaws, how can I sit there and just talk to somebody random and strange and give them some cues on life? I'm not even an elder yet.
I could, but you know what? You are older. You look their age, but
I'm probably shy of 5-7 years. The elder is someone I would take what they're saying from me. Like, I would take what they're saying from me and receive it. Someone who's too close to my age, I'm not going to receive it. And that's perspective of the teenager. For me, I could listen to whoever. Like, I listen to my 10-year-old son for advice, because if it's wisdom, it's wisdom. Exactly. But I'm just saying, in the perspective of a teenager, and I'm looking at someone who, and that's perspective, because like you said, I might look maybe 5 or like their age, but that's going to be a thing too. If I'm saying it and I'm an elder and I'm saying it to them, looking their age, they will not receive it. Now, I worked in like youth programs when I had youth underneath me. Now that is a safer place for me to say, hey, do this and do that, right? Because these are people, that's my community. Someone off the street that I don't know, do I want to put myself in a fight? I don't know, because Black women are angry. They really are. I have a problem with Black women.
And that's what that's what I seen on the little girl. I seen those eyebrows. You know, I read faces, and I said, I don't got time today, because me and this little girl gonna go. And I don't got time today, but I should have checked her. But let's get Mr. Conscious said take like, on this.
Yeah, the customers. I thought the customers always supposed to be right. Like, nah, they be funky with the customers, man. I did customer service, man. You know, actually to tie back in, I worked customer service. You know, some lady came up to me, he's like, hey, you guys are out of ding dongs. Like, that's a vendor issue. I just work here. Like, that's a vendor issue. I can't do nothing about it. It's like, damn, they got a fight over ding dongs. Like, yo, you really close right now. It's like, what's going on? It's like, you in my bubble. Like, yeah, but it's an accountability issue I feel like is going on. And, you know, and I guess y'all viewpoints on Kevin Samuels. Like,
now I don't hate Kevin as much as Hathor does. I actually watch his content. The thing that I understand why people don't like Kevin, his delivery is he sounds like somebody old grandpa.
He's 50. He shouldn't.
Like, and that's what I came to understand. I came to understand that I would accept it from an older man in my community sitting on the couch, and he that's how he's coming off, those old grumpy men, and you kind of give him grace because he's still giving you the wisdom that you need. And when I listen to Kevin, I'm like, you really can't disagree with a lot of it. Like, even if and I usually look at the content.
That's why I brought it up to y'all, man. Because I can't.
Morgan Freeman does the same shit.
Morgan Freeman's a real one.
What does Morgan Freeman do?
Morgan Freeman be going in on women like that too.
Does he?
People already know that he be doing that in his God voice too.
Really? Deny it. I'm gonna have to see this.
I was just watching.
I didn't know that Morgan was like that.
I was just watching videos.
Especially that Me Too shit. Morgan was going during that Me Too shit. The Me Too little wave that came through.
What did he say?
You remind me of my grandfather.
I gotta pull up them clips. And you know, Morgan don't even play. I remember Raven, the girl from That's So Raven, she misquoted him. He got the big ass ears. He's like, what you say? What you say? Like, he's one of them old grandpa type of one, like, come correct or don't come at all, you know. Like, and I see that, and I do see that in Kevin Samuels. I can't deny that, but we have to look at source of how the fuck did this happen.
Yeah,
Black women have such a motherfucking attitude. There was this thing, okay, I gotta mention this. if he's listening, it was this dude, we have the same birthday, so he does reflective, like, little social studies on people. So he did this thing from Kevin Samuels about the what is it, the smile challenge, like to
Glad you
tell
brought that
women
up. That's something I'm about to
to tell
definitely do.
women to smile beautiful. And we, a lot of us women, black women, were going on there like, listen, we go through a lot of shit in a day. I don't want nobody coming up to me and saying, what's wrong with you? Smile beautiful, or smile beautiful. You need to be smiling. Da, 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 da. And he said that he tried that and he got straight up ignored. And he said he was going to try it again, and he's getting his friends to do it too, and then trying to see. And I was like, what was your goal? Do you want to just make them smile, or do you want to get engaged in conversation? And I guess he's just trying to do it to see if they'll open up or not. And I'm just like, I don't know if it's to say to them
I know
smile,
why.
but maybe make them laugh. I think women love for you to make them laugh.
Yeah.
Even if it's a little corny, you know if it's corny. But don't tell me to smile. Like, that's kind of like a command. And when a black woman hear command, is like, oh, what the fuck? What the fuck? I'm minding my business. So why are you here telling me to smile?
Right.
Like, that's how we think. Like, I think it's a defense mechanism.
It is a defense.
Putting up that wall, we're putting that guard, and like even right now in America, we do not feel fucking safe. We don't feel like our men could protect us. We don't even sometimes feel like we could protect our own fucking kids. So yeah, you're gonna see a lot of guards up right now. We are in a pandemic, so the consciousness may be different. That's my take.
I feel like certain men, like you said, program, raised, went through trauma, they're not necessarily the men that can protect. But I think his viewpoint on the smile challenge, is to see the alliance, like Kevin Samuels said, like he said pretty much that, like, all right, so you don't even treat it like it's like you're not at peace with, it's not peace here, like it's not peace here, like you mad at me, but I just asked you to smile. And it's approach thing, like, yeah, you can't, hey, smile, what you doing, let me see them teeth. It's like, nah, you can't can't approach me. But I say, hey, Queen, I love to see your smile to help impact my day positive. You hit them with that, it should be a better reaction. Like, nah, you still ain't getting a smile, but it's all peace, brother. Like, it's, it's all about delivery. But
so my study, my study of women is that it's going to be dependent on if they think that you're attractive or not.
But exactly.
If in their personality and their upbringing. So if they're Christian, most likely they will return a favor. If they do not find you attractive, telling them to smile directly, or even using "Hey Queen," you could be as soft and loving as saying "Hey Queen." These women have already made up in their mind that they're going to give you a stink eye. Now, the defense mechanism here is that if I engage with him and I smile, he's going to think that I'm inviting him into my world and that I might be also interested in him. And so it's a fine line, because some men aren't looking to be with you when they say hello or want to see you smile.
And ask you to smile. Point taken.
You can feel it though. You can feel when they want to engage. And that's when you put up the blockers. Sometimes you put up the blockers. Like this old man, he came up to me, and again, I got stories of grocery stores in Safeway. You can pick up a man in Safeway. I swear you can. But old man kind of looked like Kevin Samuels' ass. Rolled up on me with the, the little pepper hair. And I knew, he said, it was a nice day today, wasn't it? I said, sure was. He's like, what you cooking? You cooking something tonight? I'm throwing fucking TV dinners in there. I know he's trying to make conversation. He keeps looking me up and down. You look nice. Thank you. And then I kind of gave him this look like, bye. Like, it's not going that far. But, I still believe in being nice, because it takes a lot for you to approach somebody. Yeah. I'm not interested in you, but I know you took that time, so I still don't want to leave somebody with a nasty taste, because I won't want that done to me. Yeah, I understand. But like you said, upbringing. My mama taught me better than that.
Yeah.
I'm wiser. I wouldn't do that.
Yeah, and he pretty much broke down. And I feel like, it might be flipped on, someone else, like Caucasian. Like, you might not even have to ask, them to smile, because what stresses are they dealing on a daily? Like, most of them are privileged, they ain't dealing with much anything. Like, they're dealing with what major I'm gonna switch to, like little stuff like that. Oh, damn, like little things like, but yeah, I feel like most situations, I feel like it should not be negative to, ask that question, but it could be like you said, he's trying to pick up on me, trying to run game. And sometimes a man just asks, he might not even be even interested. That's one thing to say too. But and tie it back into Morgan Freeman, he said, he pretty much said, hey, let women chase you. Like you could be nice to them, polite, and then you leave, and then, but yeah, it's not. I feel like asking the queens to smile. It's all about the approach. You just can't force a smile out of somebody because they could be going through it. You don't know. They could be going through it. But yeah, I just feel like that take.
Bothered, and that is okay because we are in the age of Aquarius where we can freely express that I don't want to really be bothered right now, and everybody should have that. And let's make that normal. That just because somebody's out in public or where they're at, they know they have to deal with people, but they don't have to deal with you per se.
I would start thinking of it on, I don't know if it's the right subject, maybe chemistry or science. But the approach to say to a woman, to smile, if it's sincere, it's also opening up an opportunity for whatever is going on with her, if she has a bad face, to change the chemical reaction. Because there's research on just fake laughing and fake smiling and how it can interact with your chemicals in your body and actually help with the chemical that makes you happy. So if you look at it as an approach, like the medicine and the oxytocin, all that stuff, it works in our favor. And it's just, what is your reaction to life? And so if someone is telling you to smile, your reaction is to not smile, then yes, there's a lot going on that you can't take that little inch for yourself. Even if you felt like he thought it was for him, it's still going to do something for you because it's a smile.
And then physical touch is everything. Like hugging somebody can affect you so positive. Like hugging somebody,
endorphins.
Yeah, it's all about the dopamines and everything, that runs on a daily basis. So like certain small things, can affect somebody's day for the positive.
And that's a trick on the mind. It's not even even when we're looking at someone, we think they're attractive and they might not be quality people. These tricks that we do on the mind is a pattern that we could start to practice. You know what I mean? Like for so long, we practice negativity. I always talk about how we practice negativity. And so we practice it so much that it becomes comfortable. And so when someone is positive or smiley or happy, then it's like, ew, what is that? That's not real. That's fake. Now, this is my little thing. Thor is probably one of my very few friends. I have I got some friends.
Y'all both be it's both be more to me. Is it both be more?
Yeah.
I caught on to the two. I heard that. And
you heard it from her?
I heard somebody said two, like they said it.
Someone talks to me about that all the time. I still don't hear it. I don't hear
it neither. I
don't hear it. I feel like I'm saying it the way I'm supposed to say it.
Go ahead and say it now.
We gonna say it when we say it. We don't say nothing on command.
That's what talking about saying it.
If you said it now, definitely. But yeah.
But what I was gonna say is
trying to command.
She's one of the few people that I was able to connect with, and I love the community of women. I really wanted to advocate for it. I want us to be there for each other, but I also feel a disconnect, especially in Baltimore City, with Black women, because everybody just looks so mad. And so with me, I grew up, and I don't know if it has anything to do with growing up in a community that was predominantly white, because they are always smiling, so I don't know if that had anything to do with my upbringing. And then I was, Christianity, you know what I mean? So those were maybe two things that had an impact on why I'm so smiley most of the time. But I grew up around people, all we did was laugh and happy, and it was happy. But when I go to Baltimore City, my mom moved us to Harford County. I go to Baltimore City for church. It's like having a conversation with some of the Black women. It's like, I don't, you too much, it's just, you just smiling and happy, and like they literally are not. And I feel
dirty and gritty. Baltimore is dirty and gritty. This is where you get the rawness. And
yeah,
for me, I love it, but it do come with that, like my friend had brought me around, but he's like, you can stay in the car. And I seen the girls come out on the porch, and they just loud as shit. And I'm like, oh yeah, stay at the car.
Yeah, it feel that way. And it's like I want to be able to connect and talk. I do. Like, I'm not even trying to come off all like uppity for real. But it's just like you gotta really slide your way in there. You have to be like a little community.
Though.
Say it again.
You know the vibe. You know who you could kind of connect with.
Yeah. And you for sure.
Like you said, upbringing, environment, all of that plays into that. I'm sorry, you know where Chris Rock said, I'm about to go down a rabbit hole. We got niggas, we got black people, we got maybe, we got levels.
What is the other one?
We got like black people, got, that in between.
Black people and niggas, yeah.
We got black people and niggas, and maybe we got the higher consciousness, what people would say, I'm not black, I'm melanated, I'm from the diaspora. You have different levels of consciousness in black people, and it levels us out because of the environment, like you said, possibly religion, because you need that fourth dimension, those concepts, those theories to kind of ground you. If you haven't gone through any type of school of consciousness, and it was just mommy saying, you a hood ass nigga, and this is what you learned, this is your environment, that's what there's women like that. So not all women are the same. There's levels of consciousness that you're dealing with. So I feel like sometimes even Kevin Samuels, don't throw us all in the bed, because there's
that's what trying.
And I'm saying, nigga, you don't know